There we go. Now we're on the right camera. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Apparently, Frenchie Friday vibe is the no makeup, slightly sweaty, glowy look for the last two Fridays. I apologize for the delay, but sometimes it happens, especially when you're sailing on the open seas and you're getting out of a marina and then you're getting gas and then you're pulling lines and then the charter boats are coming in and da 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 da, living fully, right? Living fully, living fully. So thank you for your patience. Thank you for all of it. I always get some start delays, really strange, not seeing anything yet. Oh, can everyone else see me? Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? Let me know if we're back and that you can see me before we go any further. Bonjour. Elise is here. Stephanie, can you see us now? Okay, perfect. Elaine, bonjour, bonjour. I'll give everyone a couple minutes to come back on. Oh, this is how I get my arm workout. If you're wondering how I work out on the boat, definitely, I haven't done any Pilates in a while. It's just been too hot and just hasn't felt like it. Although I love Pilates, I haven't felt like it. But I pull lines. I pull lines on the boat of the only crew member. And it's quite an interesting thing when you are pulling out of a marina and you're watching the wind. And again, it's just the two of us, and our boat is quite large for two people, I would say. So it's always a moment of like, okay, I'm going to pull this line, you're going to start the boat, then you're going to pull this line, then we're going to back out, then you look up, then you get the fenders ready, because when you're in a marina, what's close by? Everything, like groceries, all that, but also gas. And getting gas in of its own, I don't know if anyone's had this experience on a boat. Getting gas itself is like a big deal. You're pulling up a 45-foot boat next to like a stone wall, you know, and you got a side on. So all that was going on this morning, and I just needed no, I didn't need an extra minute to reset. I literally came on here with my gloves on. But that's a workout. That's such a workout. Okay, all hands on deck. Yes. Well, that answers the sideways question. What did someone have a sideways question? Did I get a question? So that was the one thing. And I popped on earlier. I was intending to get a little energy and see where are you all. Yes, you lost your chat. That's true. The chat went away. So that's what I was just going to say. It never really lost, right? Whatever all of you that were live experience together is still here for you. I can't show it to you, but it's still in you. Don't worry, right? Like just receive that part of living fully. Not always the easy part, but part of living fully. Have you ever been working on a document or an email or something that you spent a lot of time on? Like, for example, I was getting my son a passport renewal appointment recently, and I literally had to do it I didn't have to redo it 5 times. I had to do part of it 5 times, but the big part, it like all of the document, it went away. I had to redo it. And that feeling is like, oh, right? Like, I have to do it again. But to the best of my ability, and certainly with the Live You Fully frequency, it's like, okay, that wasn't lost. That was a moment for me. I'm just going to not spend the energy thinking about what was lost and move right into the continued momentum. That being said, yes, that being said, were there any questions or thoughts or things that you want to make sure I see as we open today? I have a really, really big announcement, and I think that's also, everything always, we know this. I shared a big story with you yesterday. We know that when we see through the lens, those of you that are moving through ACIM with me, we're talking about this. Those of you that are brand new to the Elegant Femme conversation and are joining us for Living Fully on Frenchie Friday, igniting and activating the Frenchie Femme type, which is pleasure as a priority. Pleasure as a priority. Not when I've done enough work, not when I've earned it, not when all the boxes are checked, not as a, okay, now I deserve it. Pleasure as a holy, 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 as a holy opportunity in our lives. One of the things I'm talking about in quite a big way inside of our Chateau Neuf, which is our year-long, actually it's 9 months, really extraordinary mastermind, is like the true meaning of a mastermind. Like if you look from the Napoleon Hill angle, the true meaning of a mastermind. And these women are coming together and creating billion-dollar companies, creating next level identities, creating parallel worlds for themselves, healing things in their body. It's like next level. And one of the things we've been talking about is living inside our beauty, not beside it. And that really is the opportunity when you look through the Frenchie lens. It's living inside of our beauty, not beside it, not looking at it from the outside, not feeling like it's just almost, I almost can, I'm almost there, it's almost okay, I've almost done enough. I'm in it. I'm literally in it. So if there was anything you brought forward that I missed, I would love to see it. I would love, like, let me know. Oh, I wanted you to talk about this. I wanted you to talk about this. Let me know. Let me welcome you all back. I saw Elisa, Stephanie, I think you can see us now. Let me know. Lily, you're back. Okay. Lisa, Stacy, Karen, buongiorno. Stella. Okay. Allison, rebonjour. Okay. All right. So let me know. Were there any questions, anything that you really wanted to bring forward in the chat? Because for me, the intention of Frenchie Fridays and living fully in this way is to really bring that beautiful present energy of, where might I not be living fully in my life? Where might things not be going the way that I intend for them to go? And so I actually pull out of the living fully frequency. For example, like this morning, right? Me running a little bit late wasn't the plan. Obviously, safety is always first. And since I am the only deckhand, I can't be like, hey, Dave, you get it. Like, actually kind of cool. The amount that I've learned, like, if you would have told me, like, before we left Hier, which is the south of France where we got our boat, that I would be, like, doing what I'm doing, literally up on night watch by myself, navigating boats, looking at the navigation, seeing how far the distances of things are, pulling lines by myself, wrapping lines. And it's pretty extraordinary. Like pulling the boat in once Dave had, I mean, it's just like very, very cool. Very cool. That's part of living fully as well, right? Giving ourselves the opportunity to live into something we haven't experienced yet. Also, what's living fully is in those moments when it looks like what we thought was going to support us with living fully, whatever that is, the plan, the idea, the next level of whatever, something we might even be looking forward to, like, oh my gosh, this feels exciting to me, this is going to provide me with the living fully energy, and then it doesn't go the way we desired, is that we keep ourselves open to living fully. Like this moment as well is living fully. How do I live into this moment without closing my heart, without pulling back my energy, without protecting myself in some way, which is so tempting, right? It's so, so tempting. When something doesn't go the way we desire, there's that little, right? That little feeling inside, like, and we want to either do two things: pull away from it or push and try to make it happen, try to control it. And we mistake control for power, and we push and we force and we try to manipulate, or we close and we shut down. Okay. How to move forward when things go sideways was the living fully deeper question. Oh, are you joking? Are you joking? Are you serious? Okay. Does that feel complete for you? Because this is really a powerful opportunity that instead of just when things go sideways, I was wondering what you were talking about by sideways, because I side on moored, the boat was on side. So I was trying to figure out what you're talking about. When things go sideways, yes, keeping our heart open. And if we're really going to look at this, not only the temptation, this will really take things to the next level too, if you can allow it. Not only, okay, I'm noticing the temptation, things aren't going the way that I want, they're going sideways. I want to close my heart. I want to fix. I want to contract. I want to say, just forget it, right? Just forget it. It's not going the way I want. I'll try again next time. Or maybe this isn't that important. Or maybe I did something wrong. Or maybe there's something wrong with me, or I failed, or I've got to fix it. I got to push it. Okay. Keep our hearts open. Yes. And how can we, in that moment, even allow more? This is a really potent place to be, because it does feel very vulnerable inside when we keep our hearts open when things aren't going the way we want. What if in those moments we can actually open more than we ever have? So not just keep it as a status quo of like, okay, I'm going to keep my heart open, but instead in those moments, if we can have the conscious awareness of, I'm going to open even more. It's like almost the feeling, and I'm going to say it this way, it's going to sound a little provocative and I think perfect for the frequency. Oh, almost the energy of like, can I allow this moment to penetrate me? Can I allow it to move through me? Can I open up more than I ever have? Can I allow myself to be one with this moment? Especially because it's not going the way that I thought it was supposed to go. So there's a part of us that doesn't feel safe. Like, I don't know what the end result is. That's actually a stunning moment. Those are the moments where we can surrender, where we can open even more, where we can literally have a conversation with the moment, with the frequency, and say, yes, yes, I'm going to open even more in this moment. Move through me, show me. Can I allow? This is an elevation in the living fully frequency, because it moves beyond let me just not close or not push and force or just stay open. It's let me open even more. There are so many boats passing us right now. Wow. My husband's navigating, doing so well. So well. Maybe I'll show you later. How's that feeling? Setting intention for a live meetup. I love that. I love that. I have no idea when I will be doing anything live again at all, other than we have a very exclusive chateau experience with Chateau Neuf. And that is a very high, extraordinary level of connection. It's a 6-figure investment. And so if that's something that's calling any of you, let us know. Email info@elegantfemme. And who knows, maybe there will be another live something somewhere in the world. Who knows? Who knows? Of course, set the intention. Were there any other questions that I missed? Anything else that you all wanted to bring forward that was supportive for you? Any celebrations? Any places where you're feeling challenged by living fully? Anything that you're recognizing, even being here together with me live? And can you hear me? that was a picture I didn't really catch it quick enough. A shirtless, looked like Italian guy in a big jet boat. Probably we're gonna rock now. Within like a foot of our boat, just speeding by us. Here we go. We're gonna rock. Okay, was there anything else that came forward? I'm gonna just rest inside of myself, see if there's anything else here. And I figured, since it's Frenchie Friday, and we're talking about living fully, and something really big is happening today for me, personally and professionally, I felt like I would share it here first. I'm gonna be going live later on Instagram at some point to share more of the backstory, and I can feel my little nerves coming up in a beautiful, playful way. And let me see if I can actually, I always, for me, this is part of living fully, I always want to give myself plenty of space to move, to pivot, to what we call in Elegant Femme, allow a femme detour, which means that an energy will come up for me, and as I move closer to it, if it's aligned, great, I've given the space for it. If it's not aligned, great, I move in a different direction. Not just when I'm on a live, like in my life. If I'm moving towards something and it's no longer congruent, I allow myself to change my mind. This is a really beautiful component of living fully, because when we get stuck in an idea, when we get stuck in a plan, when we get overly attached to something, because at one point it had desire energy, but as we move towards it, perhaps the desire energy is complete, or it's stale, or you've already integrated it before you've even had the physical experience, gifting ourselves permission to be like, you know what, that's complete. I'm moving in this direction now. Instead of in the old mindset feeling like, oh my God, I said I was going to do that thing. Now I have to do that thing. I don't want to let someone down, or I have to be the person that follows through and checks things off the list. No, you can check things off the real list inside by being like, oh, boop, that's complete. Oh, boop, that's complete. Oh, that no longer has desire energy. I'm moving forward. I'm living fully. I'm living fully. Living fully doesn't mean you need to check off every single proverbial box in the physical world in order to gift yourself permission to move to the next level. If you've had a desire, any desire to say something, to do something, to experience something, to be something, and you start to move towards it, and all of a sudden it's like, huh, that's flat. There's nothing wrong with you. You've moved towards the desire energy. You've received the desire energy that was part of that for you. Receive the desire energy and move on to the next thing. What happens, and what most women do, is they have a desire. They start moving towards the desire, and they misinterpret something. Now, it can be that the thing still has desire energy for you, and it hasn't come to fruition yet. So you start to question it. But that's not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to having a desire, starting to move towards it, and it hasn't come to fruition, and you keep pushing. But the truth is that you've completed it inside of yourself. You've already activated, received, and integrated the desire energy, what it's all about anyway. It's not about the end thing. Living fully is being one with the desire energy and gifting ourselves permission to receive the desire energy, to be one with the co-creation. And sometimes that happens in the spiritual, mental, emotional field. It always happens there before it happens in the physical. Always. Anyway, always. Sometimes though it happens and it's literally complete. You're like, I already experienced it. Like, I actually don't desire that anymore. And instead of interpreting it like, oh, there's something wrong with me, I didn't get the desire, I have to keep pushing, I have to get it before I can move on. And now this requires a high level of discernment, because we could also, from an ego perspective, still like switch it, like tell ourselves we don't desire it anymore when we still really do, because we're trying to protect ourselves. Yeah, there's a nuance there. So we've got to get to be really, really honest with ourselves. Really, really honest with ourselves. Okay, so I think I want to share something with you. Let me see if I can find it just easily and gently. And if I can, that will be a sign for me before I do this. So let's see. Oh my God, I'm going to show you this. This is what's going on outside our window right now. Can you see this? So we're in a very small channel, and it's like the marina we left is just having their charters check in and check out. So we have this. Did you see that? We might rock a little, ladies. We might rock. We might rock a little bit, and it might get a little loud because we have a 100-foot yacht passing us. Okay. Let me see if I can find it. Just thank you for your patience. Okay, I found it. Okay, so I want to tell you a story. Could you see that? Did you see that? We're going to move, babies. We're going to move. All right. So if you have been following along, and actually, let me say this to preface. Here we go. We're going to move. You good, babe? Are you okay?
Yeah, we're good. We're just getting passed by a big nugget.
I know. I saw it. I saw it. I saw it. So Dave's navigating between two cones, really. There's a big channel, and you can see that land on this side, there's land on this side. There are two cones, and this is about the space for boats going both directions. So, all right, he's good. He's good. So, if you're new to Elegant Femme, and this story is going to be maybe brand new for you, but the content and the conversation is timeless. So, I just want to start with that. How are we? Okay. So, am I ready to share? Am I ready to tell you? This is part of living fully for me. Okay, I'm going to share a little bit of it. And again, those of you who are brand new to Elegant Femme, there's a much bigger backstory to this that I get to share with you later today and when it's perfect time. But for now, I want to give you a little bit of glimpse into the my world, the world of deep possibility and expansion and incredible joy that I've gifted myself the opportunity to experience thus far in this lifetime. And that I've been praying, Dave's been praying, we've been praying for this next level opportunity. And I'm going to be releasing something to you today as a gift, a really, really special gift. Oh, I love that, Stacey. That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. And I think before I continue with what I was saying, it's really, really important to let yourself not only still have the desire, Stacey, but still experience the desire. So, as we've talked about in the last couple of Live Youthfullies, the potency to, and I think it was the one the week before last, the potency to experience your desire without needing to force it into the physical as a real, true integration, not as something you're tricking yourself into. So, as a question for you to consider, Stacey, are you truly allowing yourself to be at the retreat in Tuscany at the end of September? Have you been with the energy? Have you been with the frequency? Have you been, again, not as a force, not as a push, not as a trying to prove to yourself that you deserve to be there, but as a natural extension of being one with the desire energy? Because I love what you're saying. And the I don't think I would be able to make it, I hear what you're saying. But again, the higher frequency of I am already that. I am at the retreat in Tuscany right here, right now. Are you throughout your day moving into the retreat in Tuscany? Do you have a tape, for example? And you don't have to do this, right? These are just ideas and things that I've utilized on my own Living Fully journey. Moving to France, the boat, like the fashion show, the things that I've allowed myself to receive in my life all started with what I shared a couple of weeks ago. So if you haven't had an opportunity to watch that, you might really, really enjoy it. For example, what does the retreat in Tuscany look like, feel like, represent to you? What is the feeling in your body, and how can you allow yourself to experience that now? For example, setting up a beautiful tablecloth outside, and maybe it's got the lemons on it, or it's the yellow tablecloth with the olives on it and the green leaves, like something like that you could easily pick up or order on Amazon and set up a little place outside and have your little espresso, have a basil plant. This is my idea, right? But you, like, what is the energy of that retreat? The experience of that retreat? Is it putting fresh lavender on your pillow? These are things you can start to experience now. And again, here's what's important. It's not about I'm trying to trick myself into getting to the retreat. It's a literal co-creation opportunity of you in your power of living fully to co-create the experience now. When we are in that energy and frequency, we don't feel like we're trying to get something. We know we're not missing anything. And we become one with the desire. And then if it's in alignment to be brought into the physical, it's brought into the physical. But again, sometimes the energy and the receiving of it completes itself so beautifully that we don't even desire the physical anymore. But sometimes we do. Right? This is the baguette story, and how I walked underneath in 100-degree heat in Arizona with a baguette underneath my arm listening to French music, not because I was trying to get to France, but because in that moment I was in France. I was there. So gifting ourselves permission to open, like what we were talking about earlier, and receive the desire now is so beautiful. Again, not just important to get the desire, but the awareness that if you're an ACIM with us, we are in the mind of God. Live it now. Live it now. Live it now. Okay. I'm considering I don't know if now's the time. That's what I'm feeling now. So here's what I'll say. I have let me check in with myself. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. I don't have a full green light inside of myself, and I'm feeling like a bit of force energy inside of my body. So I'm actually going to give myself permission to not share what I was going to share at this moment. Um, and I'm not totally clear why. I can just feel inside like a little bit of a force or a supposed to or obligation or have to or something going on. And I know that's not in full service. That doesn't mean I'm not going to tell you. Of course, you're going to find out. Of course, you're going to find out. I'm just feeling inside. So I will be going live later on today on Instagram. And I'm going to be sharing something really beautiful. If you're already on the Elegant Femme list, you're going to be finding out all of this anyway. Um, and I can also, oh, today's Friday. I was going to say I can also talk about it tomorrow. What's happening right now and what you're witnessing in real time is me looking inside and seeing, okay, is this fear that I'm holding back? Is it forced to push me forward? Like what's actually happening inside of me? And it just doesn't feel like a full yes yet. So I'm going to totally understand and honor that. Yes, of course, Elisa, that's exactly it. In Barbados. In Barbados. And I didn't even know that. I hadn't even discovered Neville Goddard when I was having my baguette time. It was just this natural, because it's just this natural law. And all of you have done this at some point in your life without even recognizing that you're doing it. So yes, certainly that's exactly it. And I wasn't even aware of that. This is a natural way to live fully, to be one with the desire, to be in the desire, to live it now, to experience it now. And it's a really interesting energy to let that be not just enough, but to, I guess, what we were saying earlier, to bring it full circle, like allow it to penetrate you, like to be so in it. Like how many times have Dave and I sat on our deck in Outer Banks and be like, oh my gosh, do you feel the salt on your face? Like, oh my gosh, who's going to pull the lines? Where are we going to go today? And again, not as a trick to get the boat, as a real, beautiful, enjoyable, pleasurable experience of being one with a desire. It's like the funnest thing to do. It's the most beautiful thing to do. So I will be going live later today, as I said. If you want to join us there, just make sure you're following us on Instagram. I'll put the Instagram link here. I'll be going live on Tara and Marino, so it's there. If you want the backstory and some scoop that I'll be sharing later today, and of course, if you're on the Elegant Femme newsletter list, you'll be getting that update today as well. Some beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous things happening that are so congruent with living fully, that are so aligned with the energy of gifting ourselves permission to live into the truth of who we are, to move out of any kind of sandbox, fear of being chosen, feeling like we're not enough. Okay, that kind of energy. And this has been moving through me for 9 years. So we'll talk about that. Okay, so have a beautiful rest of your day. Happy Frenchie Friday. Have a gorgeous weekend. You can follow us on Instagram, Tara and Marino. If you would like to join the Elegant Femme mailing list, you can go to elegantfemme.com, and there's a contact at the bottom and a place where you can join us. And any place, if you want to opt into the elegantfemme.com/edge, EDGE, you have a free 3-part meditation series. All of those places can support you and help you on your journey. So thank you for being here with me today. If this supported you, like the video, leave a comment, all those gorgeous things. And I will see you on Monday for ACIM. I think we're on lesson 217. Otherwise, happy Frenchie Friday. Gift yourself permission today to live you fully.